Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us at Audacity for Conversations with Your Higher Self with Sonia Sarina. Sonia is a spirit channeler. Natanya will be introducing her a little more thoroughly. But before we get to that, I wanted to introduce all of our viewers to Audacity. So what we are is a creative incubator of sorts and media company where we help advance projects created by women to get them out in front of a broader audience and, help them bring their knowledge and expertise out into the world. So if any of you are curious or want to learn more, we're going to have a QR code available you can scan to get on our wait list, etc. And other than that, I'm going to leave it to Natanya to welcome all of you and welcome our guest of honor here, Sonia Sarina.
Yay, yes. All right, welcome everybody. Sonia is a really good friend of mine. We just spent a beautiful weekend together. That was amazing. Beautiful soul, very connected, and just on a beautiful path. I'm just in awe, and there's so much I can learn from you, Sonia. So really just honored to have you in my life. She lives together with her partner and their cat in a beautiful little village in the mountains of Switzerland. So Sonia is a past life and regression therapist. She's also a council member of the Spiritual Regression Association and a recognized Past Life Regression Academy supervisor. She has a certification in hypnotherapy and is also an advanced energy release practitioner. So she really has lots and lots of years of experience in this field. And today she will guide you in connecting to your inner wisdom and unlock your potential. And she'll do that through a guided conversation with your higher self. So to really get the most out of your 15 minutes with Sonia, have a question ready that you want to go into your 15-minute channeling session. So this question can be anything. It can be broad, it can be detailed. Maybe you're currently facing a challenge that you want some more clarification on. Maybe there's some reassurance or confirmation you're looking for. And maybe you just need some advice on a decision that's maybe upcoming. So it can really be anything. Check in with yourself and see what would benefit you the most. So this whole session is 1 hour, and depending on the number of people we have in the space, Sonia will pick up to 4 participants, and each of you gets 15 minutes with her. So that's sort of how it's structured. At the moment, we are 5 people. 4 of you are here for the first time and haven't received a reading. So it's a perfect number. And if we have more people joining, not everybody will receive a reading, but 4 people definitely will. And you are free to keep your camera on or switch it off, whatever you're comfortable with. And I think with that, I'm going to hand over to you, Sonia. And thank you, everybody, for being here. Hi, Anne-Marie.
Natanya, thank you so much for the wonderful introduction, Stephanie, as well. I'm just so honored to be in this space, and for you guys, Stephanie and Natanya, with Audacity, to create a space, to hold a space, to give me the opportunity to share this service for free with a few people. Thank you, everybody who's joined. I know it takes a little bit of courage, and you might be excited. I'll just explain a little bit how it works, or how I work. I will, in a moment when we start connecting, I will connect myself, and I go into what I call a light trance, and I connect with your higher self. I work like a bridge. So a channel basically means I'm a bridge. So I'm receiving information from your higher self. I'm receiving it as images, feelings, or sometimes words and phrases. And it's not always the easiest for me to translate it immediately what it means. And that's why it's so beautiful to have you here and to have a conversation with you, so I can explain it, what's coming through, and then you can kind of translate it in your own words and tell me if it resonates or not. Because, it's like with a foreign language, sometimes I get a clear image, but I'm not quite sure what the image means, just to clarify that. So with that, I will get started. So just maybe if Caris Williams, if you can just for a split second turn on your camera so we also know you're human and you're here. If you want the reading, can you hear me?
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Thank you so
There
much.
we go. so much. And that's it. We don't need you. You can all turn off your cameras if you want, but maybe keep it on for the second. Just with a show of hands, show me who would like to have the first reading. There we go. That was very quick. We're going to start with Anne-Marie. So Anne-Marie, if you could, for me to be able to connect with you, if you could just tell me in 2-3 words, I need to hear your voice a little bit. Just tell me your name, maybe where you're based, and that's okay.
My name is Anne-Marie Alanis, and I'm based in Chicago.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. And would you like me to call you Anne-Marie, or is that's your full name, is it?
Anne-Marie is good.
Anne-Marie, wonderful. So Anne-Marie, do I have your conscious permission to connect with your higher self?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so just give me 30 seconds to a minute. Sometimes it takes 2 minutes. I'll connect, and when I have the first connection, I will start to describe what's coming through, okay? Okay. So Anne-Marie, I have a first connection with your higher self. The image that I will describe to you doesn't mean that is how your higher self looks. It's the translation of my brain, my human self, how I receive the frequency, the energy of your higher self. So I see images, but that doesn't mean your higher self looks like that in another space. It's a frequency, and I'm just translating the frequency. So as you are in a female body in this lifetime, for my brain to understand I'm connecting with the right person, I'm getting a female higher self. So she shows herself quite similar to a human body. She was a little shy at the beginning, then kind of came quite willingly closer with, again, this is a higher self that comes with a big smile, but a little shy. So she's not someone that's like pushing or very dominant. It's a little, yeah, just a little shy. I think that's the right word. She immediately gave me a sense of like the first pictures I'm getting usually describe a little bit your personality or your character, like your potential. I was getting like a creative person, like someone who's maybe you're into art, or I'm getting lots of little things that you like to do. She's showing me immediately your hands, like you're good with your hands in creating things. So that's the first image that I was getting. And in terms of, let me see if there's something more. And yeah, and there's many more like sub images. So I think there's a lot. She's happy to communicate with us today, but I will leave it for you to ask your questions so we can go in the right direction. Before you ask your question, so far, does any of this resonate with you?
Yes, for sure. Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
Part. And being in all kinds of little things, doing a lot of things. It's definitely, that's me.
Okay, beautiful. We got the right higher self. Yay. All right. So Anne-Marie, you can ask your question or just describe what you would like clarification on today.
I've been through a lot in 2023 through now. I went through bankruptcy, and I lost my job. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's the next thing that the universe is going to present me with. I'm kind of at a fork in the road.
Okay, so I'm presenting her first what you just said about your situation. What's really funny is just hearing you, what someone would expect is that you must be in a quite difficult place emotionally, but that's not what I'm getting from you, which is quite interesting. I am getting a sense of a bit of sadness, as a little bit of I'm not getting any like anger or upset or frustration about what has happened. So it's like you're not a victim, like you're not seeing yourself as a victim, but there is sadness, as in maybe the question, why is this happening to me, but not in an aggressive sense. Does this resonate so far?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the first thing, she, as I was presenting this topic to your high self, she was showing me that. And I think that's something that's important to acknowledge, that you are actually in a quite powerful place, even though you're feeling not that powerful and not that empowered at the moment. But dealing with this situation the way you are is actually probably one of the best things you can do, because you're quite almost like you're in a place of surrender, but I'm not sure you're aware of this, and you're aware of the energetic power of being in this place.
Okay.
And the sadness is fine. Sadness, as a therapist, I often have to repeat this to people. Sadness, like anger, is not something we need to therapy away. Sadness is a human emotion, and as long as we're not identified with it and don't get to into a repeating pattern, it's okay to feel and to be with the sadness. When we lose something, no matter whether it's a job or a loved one, we have to grieve, and part of a healthy grieving is to allow and feel the sadness. And I'm getting that you are feeling the sadness, and that's fine. It's totally fine. Just a confirmation that it's okay to be in this space. Yes, you have to deal with the sadness for a little longer, probably, or a little more aware. Maybe you didn't even know until now that it's okay to feel sad. I don't know how that is for you, but to really acknowledge that this emotion is the right emotion in this place. You're not meant to feel anything else. So she's showing me that, go through this grieving process consciously. It's not going to tear you down. You're not going to get depressed or any of that. It's just a healthy emotion to feel, like breathe through it. She shows me that you haven't turned around yet. Okay, so because you said you're at the fork, you're at like a crossroad, you're asking where to go. What she shows me, the image that I'm getting, is the life that you've had before, that includes the bankruptcy and the losing your job and many other things, has come to a stop or to an end, but you are still looking in that direction. So and that's also why I'm getting the grieving process. You will have to consciously go through this at the moment to really be aware of that you're letting go of this. Because the image is like, once you turn around, you're ready to go into a new direction, and you're ready to see as well which are the new adventures for you. Does that make sense so far?
Yes. Thank you.
Let me see if I can support you a little more in this, because she does show me at your back the so to speak future. We're not doing future telling here. It's just possible. She does show me several paths, by the way. So it's like possible several possible paths. Once you turn, you can choose from, and you're gonna choose from, and you're gonna go in one of these directions. And I think that itself is an important information for you to know, that it's not one path that you're meant to go, but you have several opportunities. And so once you go through this process and you let go and you turn around, like you're ready to look into the future and leave behind what's no longer there, there is a few paths that will open. And then you're still in a difficult position to choose. But it feels okay it feels like it's okay for you. It's as if having different paths and different opportunities to choose for is not necessarily something that's going to overwhelm you. It's more like I'm getting a sense of joy and adventure of like, wow, I can choose from these different things, which one fits me most. Do you want me to go a little further into them? So just to give you a sense, or would you like to stay a bit with the emotions, or do you have another question?
No, if you could go further into that, that would help me.
Okay, so let's do that. So, of course, I won't be getting like exact details what these paths are. I'm getting the energy from it, how it's going to feel. And that's the first thing your higher self tells me as well. When you're going to make this decision, pay attention to what each path, what each idea that you have, each opportunity that is presented to you feels like. And let me just hang in there a second. There was something else. Okay, this is interesting too, and you have to confirm it later if that makes sense or not. I'm getting that some of these paths are presented to you. So it's like something from the outside world is presenting you opportunities. But I'm also getting one or two are coming from you. So it's like you're creating them.
Okay.
For whatever reason, at the moment, the ones that are presented to you feel lighter, at least at the beginning, less pressure. The ones that you are creating yourself are possible, but it's going to take a little more of your energy. And that's fine, that's for you to decide what you want to do. But it does feel like the ones that are presented to you are a little easier for you to energetically, and the ones you're deciding yourself are energetically a little more difficult, which can also mean, that's part of your soul evolution. Like you're going to be learning something, but it might just feel a little heavy at the beginning. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now she's going, the heaviness that I'm referring to and the energy that I'm seeing, that is part of you working through the emotions and the fear when you're going this path on your own. So there is not it's not something that's presented to you where you can just say, yeah, I'm getting, maybe you're thinking about being self-employed or employed. So that part would be more, the self-employed part would be more, you will have to work through all these fears and all the conditioning and all the, it's like, can I make it? Am I going to earn enough? That's the kind of heaviness that I'm sensing. And again, that's not bad to go through that, but it's your free will to, if that's the right moment and if that's what you want in your life. Just going to stop there for a second. I don't know how are we time-wise, Natanya?
We're on 11 minutes, so you still have 4 minutes.
Perfect. So Anne-Marie, would you like to go a little deeper? Do you want to confirm, or maybe you say something didn't quite resonate so I can get another translation?
There's a person that is offering me to do like social events, and I'm not sure if it's the right path to go. Is it?
Okay. And what about these other opportunities? Is that something that has been in your head that you've thought about?
There are other opportunities that I would do on my own, but I'm not sure. Like they're more like side hustle type things. So,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Thanks for the confirmation. So again, for you to take that decision, like the final decision, hang on a second. No, sorry. First, I'm just going to tell you, when you talked about that person with the social events, so I'm seeing it like a range of opportunities like this. So they're all presented in front of me, just energetically. That one was on the very right, and it had the most light. However you want to make the interpretation of that. So the lightest and the most light, okay, for the moment being. That can mean many things. Is that enough for you, or do you need to know more what that means?
if there's time, could you let me know more what that means?
Okay. So I'm seeing you in case you are taking this decision. I'm getting that you're lightening up. It's like a heavy weight's been lifted from you. It's really coming from your chest, so it's like you can breathe better, and there's there's a lot of light from your chest. You feel acknowledged as well. So that gives a feeling that you need, that's important for you.
I guess what I'm
for you. Sorry, yeah.
I'm sorry. I guess what I'm asking is if I will be able to earn money from it.
Oh, okay. Let me see if that can be answered and how. See that because the money concept is something that doesn't really exist on the spiritual level. It doesn't exist. It's something that we have created. So it's always very difficult to get an answer because I'm getting how it affects you, right? If you're taking that job. So I'm assuming if it affects you in that positive way, that you're feeling light and there is this chest opening, that there must be a social security coming with it. So there must be money flowing through it. But then I could be wrong, and it's like maybe you have another opportunity where the money will flow in and you are happy because this gives you so much energetically. But I will still ask the question just to see if I can get it a little more.
Okay. You're on 14 minutes.
Thank you. There is one specific person that's in charge of the money flow, is it, with these events?
Yes.
So it's up to her. It's a woman?
Him.
Him?
Yeah.
You sure he's not affiliated with a woman?
No.
No? Okay.
The guy that wants to fund the events, but as far as me getting money, he doesn't really have an answer.
It's strange because when you're talking about the guy, that he's not in the picture there. There is another person which is much more relevant to you. I don't know if you're going to be working with an agent or maybe the social event that you are creating. I'm getting a woman is in there, and that's the one where there's a flow. So they're showing me like an energetic flow, which again, my translation is that's where money can come through. Not getting anything from him. Does that help at all?
Okay, yes, that helps.
I hope I didn't confuse you more. Right.
I'll figure it out. The universe will reveal whatever it reveals to me.
Exactly. And just remember what I said at the beginning, go through this process, go through the grieving process from the past, feel the emotions, just give yourself that time. And there will be a moment where you will energetically turn around and it's going to be easy to take these decisions. Okay?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank your higher self, letting her go. Bring myself back. All right. There we are. So
Thank you so much, Sonia. Thank you, Anne-Marie.
I think we can go straight to the next person.
Yeah.
Who would like to be next? Julie. Can you hear me? We can't hear you. You're muted, I think.
Now, can you hear me?
Yes, perfect. Hi.
Hi.
All right, Julie, just tell me again, where are you based?
I'm in Vatican near Zurich.
Yes. Okay, wonderful. Do I have your conscious permission to connect with your higher self?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay. So Julie, your higher self definitely remembers me. So even though we didn't do a channeling, of course, we were connected before. She was very, very happy to be here. She was here almost immediately, again with this big, big smile, coming very close as well. So I don't have that, there's no shyness in there. It's really a very sociable higher self. She shows herself as well in a human body, in like close to a human body, a human form. Just trying to get a little more there. I'm also getting creativity, but very different than to what we had before with Anne-Marie. This one is more, she's showing me a really high capacity of brain function, as in almost like someone who be doing like computer things, or, you know, the more, not necessarily technical, but it could be technical things, the things that most humans, and especially women, but most humans find not that easy to access and to kind of understand the logic. It feels like you understand that quite easily. I don't remember what you are doing for a job. You don't need to share it if it doesn't feel okay for a life, but does it resonate so far, Julie?
Yes, my question actually is based on that I feel I have been doing for the last 3.5 years something where my potential is not at all used, and I feel very much as Marie at a crossroad. I know that there's no future telling, but I just feel I'm putting myself a lot of barriers, and I was wondering what I need to understand or release in order to embrace the next step, and if there's time, in what direction she would guide me. I feel I'm in front of the computer. I don't feel at my place, but when I go outside to walk in this beautiful fall landscape, I feel really connected to that. And this Halloween time feels very much, I feel completely at home, but outside. And so I was wondering if I'm at my right place, and if she could guide me, or if he could guide me, I don't know, in the right direction.
Yeah.
But before that, it's like, what do I need to do to be able to do that next step?
Okay. First, she wants to again show me a little bit of confirmation, which I think is important for you to hear and acknowledge within yourself. Is it possible that, you said in the last 3.5 years you've been doing a job where you were on the computer, correct?
Yes, my job is mainly in front of a computer the whole day, very much brain function, like very much intellectual, but there's no space for creativity, mainly in home office, so there's less contact with other humans.
Yeah. But you do agree that you have a really high capacity to understand things that not everybody understands, yeah?
Yes.
But that hasn't even, you're not even using your full brain capacity in this job.
No.
Yeah.
Everybody's praising me, but I feel I'm using 20% and I feel like a fraud.
Exactly.
But I also feel I'm not in my right place. I could do so much more.
Exactly. Okay. So this is really, really important. That's exactly what I am getting, or what I'm seeing. It's like, yes, you can do this job very easily, but it's as if you are, oh my God, it's as if you're playing a piano and you're pressing the same tone all the time.
Yes.
Instead of using all of them. And you're very good at pressing this one tone, and everybody is amazed, because again, your brain capacity is something else. And so for normal humans, this is already like, oh my God, she's so great. And you're just like, oh my God, can I press another tone, please? So that's just so important. I think you feel it, you know it, but to really acknowledge that your potential is so much higher. And it's like when you mentioned about being outside in nature, I'm immediately getting, it's like, yes, it's time for you to connect these. So it's time for you to fully acknowledge your brain capacity. especially in this like more spiritual or emotional world, or like the trend we're going into, a lot of people go more into just this, oh my God, we're so spiritual and emotionally advanced. And we're not really acknowledging that we also need humans that just have a really amazing brain and can put 1 and 1 and 1,000 together. You know, it's kind of to acknowledge that you are that person, but you are not that person only doing the brain function, but you also have this amazing connection. So to bring the two of them together for you and to acknowledge that you can do this and it will create something new is important. So far, so good for you?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so let's get a little deeper, because I'm sure I'm aware we didn't say much yet. It's more confirmation of what you said. She keeps showing me that picture of you being in nature that you described. Let me just ask her. Your question, just repeat it. Your question was in which direction you should go, yeah?
The first is like I feel there's a lot of barriers and that I put myself.
Okay.
What I need to understand or release so that I can really do the next step.
Okay. Well, actually, she was repeating what I just said. So it's the acknowledgement of who you are at your essence, acknowledging your intelligence, and acknowledging how connected you feel in nature. It's like the first thing. So it's like almost the barrier then would be that you don't fully acknowledge who you are and your full potential emotionally. And maybe even intellectually, it's as if you don't. Let me see there. It's as if your incarnated self, which is very aware that, you know, we all have a personality and an ego, kind of doesn't want to acknowledge how great you are, because you're almost worried that, you know, you're too much in your ego then, which you're not. This is probably the first thing to consider, to really see your value and not okay. She's like, if you do that, you know, the conditioning is almost telling you like, oh my God, what will the other think? What will they, you know, it's like this word. We generally don't like people who are aware of their worth in this society, do we? We don't like people who are aware of how good they are, unless they are a very dominant male, and then it's okay. But otherwise, it's like, you know, who are you to say that you are great as you are? Does that resonate so far?
Yes.
Okay, very good, Julie. So this is the first thing she says. It's like, breathe. She shows me this position. You can do it right now, actually, to like sit up straight, like feel your back, you know, go into like a power position, even if you're sitting. Just take a deep breath and just like take it all. Just feel your power for once. The power that you have, that is, your brain is so important. Like, we talk that down all the time, not for you. Like, feel that logical, powerful brain. Feel that connection that you have. She shows me your heart. Like, your heart is compassionate and it's open and it's connected to humans and to the world and to, she says, to systems as well. Like, you have a capacity to connect with your heart to systems, to things where other people only see machines and computers. You can connect with the heart. I do not understand what that means. This is for you. You understand, right?
Maybe yes.
Maybe yes. Okay, just breathe for a second. Do the breathing, do the power position. And feel this for a second. Feel what you are receiving as when I said these words. Okay. As you're doing this, I'm getting, again, in your head, there is other thoughts, there's other conditioning that's coming in. It's talking you small. This one is from your childhood. This thought, did you have a thought while you did this power posture now, Julie?
No, I was just trying to relax. I felt really warm on my chest, but I don't know what it means.
Perfect. Very good. Okay. So what she's saying, because you were asking for the blockages, is like one of the thoughts that might come into your head that will tell you not to be this great person and not to feel your potential and to feel the power that you have, is coming from your childhood. So this is when you're a little child around 5 to 6 years old. The connection there is to your mom, I think. Mom or auntie. I'm guessing this is the first time you've been told off consciously, like you were conscious, you were aware that you are being told that you shouldn't be like this, you shouldn't talk like this, you shouldn't pretend to be so great. This kind of, where adults are kind of thinking that little girl is just a little too self-confident. Does that ring any bells for you?
I actually wanted to become a doctor, but my parents talked me out of it because they thought, probably it's not the right thing for me. And sometimes I still feel there's something missing in my job, this human part, right? Even though I'm not so much in alignment to modern medicine, there's still this part that I feel it's completely lying dormant in who I am, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. So as you are an adult now, again, you can acknowledge and you can have this conversation maybe after the talk with your younger self or with yourself. Just acknowledge that what your parents thought when you were little, that was based on their own beliefs and on their own restrictions and conditioning. And it's totally fine. We're not here to blame them, not at all. But for you to now kind of recognize, hey, I've grown up. I'm taking my own decisions now, and I acknowledge who I am. And it's time for me to step into that light and to take these job opportunities or create them where I can live my potential. It's a conscious decision you need to take.
Very interesting. Is she showing a direction at all?
Let me see, let me ask. So she is very much focusing on this. It's an energetic work and emotional work, but more so energetic, like she's like, you really have to do this with your mind, like you have a lot of willpower and it has to be in there, that you're very clear about it. Okay, so this is at least the next step that's important for you. So a direction at all, I'm asking her. Yes, okay. But with you, it's different than, again, what we had before. She's not going to reveal what it is, that would completely destroy the whole game and the whole life, of course. But she shows me one path. I'm just going to get a little more into it. So there's one. For you, it's just one. And you are deciding which one. Like, you're not going to choose between different ones.
We're on 12 minutes.
Thank you, Natania. So it's one path and it's quite wide. You're walking in the middle of it. You are bringing some people with you. So you're not doing this on your own. You are guiding or leading, but you're not necessarily guiding or leading these people. You're guiding or leading a project or an idea. They are joining you because they have the same goals or vision, like they want to do this with you, but you're not like in a teaching position where you're teaching them something. You're going straight ahead. For you, it's all about the project. If you have something that resonates, you can drop it in here and I can see if that is on that path. Is there anything, Julie, that is already in your head that you think that's the direction you're going to go into, or is it still a...
It's still a mystery. I guess that's the game of life then. I always feel like there's something in my head, but it's like a word that's on the tip of your tongue and you can't really grasp it. Yeah. But what I'm doing now is just waiting for me to be able to grasp this wisp of an idea and then to do it. And I feel I would have all the elements around me, the people with the same ideas, the mental capacity, maybe also the financial one. I'm missing this idea, this project that I would put my heart and soul into. So
Very good. It's good that you mentioned this again. As you were talking, she showed me the energy you're in now. So she's showing me you making yourself small, sitting on this desk that you described, typing away a little board on your computer.
yeah.
And what she says is that get out of this. So everything that we shared before, get into acknowledging your power, acknowledging your connection, all of what I just shared. And you can listen to the recording, by the way, later. She's like, do that step, get yourself out of that energy. That which you're just about to grasp, you cannot grasp while you are sitting like this on the desk. It's not possible. You're not reaching the frequency. It's like your ears can't hear that musical tone. They can't. You have to put the head above the water, then you can hear it. Right now you're still under the water and you're just hearing a mumbling.
Yes.
As long as you're not going up, again, this like power position, you won't hear it, but you will hear it and it will be very, very clear. Sorry, she showed me when you go into nature, you said you feel very connected, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So this can be a very practical step for you to do to help you get out of this position. Breathe, bring your body into movement. Like physically moving, you don't need to go running or go crazy in a gym, but really bring it into movement. And she does say there is a couple of emotions you're going to have to go through as you're going through this process. So, but they will come naturally as you walk in nature and you breathe. There might be emotions, and just allow them. Cry if you need to. Just breathe. It's nothing dramatic. They move through you.
Perfect.
Does this help?
Yes, absolutely. It's very clear.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Julie, by yourself.
Thank you.
Very good. Just bring myself back. I'll just grab a drink of water. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Absolutely. Take your time. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for sharing. As we mentioned in the beginning, this recording is live, and you will be able to find it on both Sonia and Audacity's social media channels. So that's good to know. And if you are not getting a reading today, or you'd like a more in-depth reading with Sonia, she offers an hour-long channeling session. And we will share her website and email address in the chat box in a bit, so that you can get in touch with her if that's something you'd like, because obviously a personal longer session will allow you to go a little bit more in depth. And yeah. So yes, I'll hand it over to you, Sonia. We have 2 more readings.
Yes, so we have 2 more readings. So whoever would like to have the next reading, just quickly turn on your camera, show of hands, and I am happy to channel for you.
All right, Caris Williams. Let me unmute you. There you go.
Thanks.
Hi, Caris.
Hi, Sonia. Are you okay?
So, Caris, where are you located?
I'm in Chester, in England.
Oh, okay. Okay, not too far. Caris, do I have your conscious permission to connect with your higher self?
You absolutely do, yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Just give me half a minute to a minute.
Okay.
Okay, Caris. I have a first connection with your higher self. She's coming in from a different corner than the other higher self so far.
Okay.
So because I have visuals, it usually also how or where or what it's like they're walking in, tells me something. So your frequency, whatever your energy, your soul resonance, whatever you want to call it, it's coming from a different corner. She shows herself, again, you're a woman, my brain translates that as a she. I'm seeing a female form, a little elongated, so a bit longer than you are. In a bit, it's funny. Maybe that's because I saw that you have red hairs. My brain is translating now the frequency. And she's wearing like witch clothes, as we would dress up as a like a good witch. This kind of clothes, she's dressed like that. She's not the smiley person. She's not a shy person. She's more of a, like, I think there's a little bit of sarcasm in there, like a bit of a lot of humor. A lot of humor. She's not taking all of this too seriously. With all of this, I mean, this whole being incarnated, etc., and doing this channeling and all of that. She's she gets it. I'm getting a lot of wisdom. Definitely a lot of lifetimes of gaining wisdom and maybe even quite a big understanding of all things magical and outer-worldly, but she's not someone who needs to brag about it. Does this at all resonate with who you are today?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I love it.
It's made me smile. Yeah.
Well, wonderful to meet you. All right, so let me see if there's anything else she wants to say. No, she's ready for the question.
Okay, so I don't really have a specific question. I'd just like some guidance on if I'm where I need to be, and if I'm not, where do I need to go next?
Okay. All right, I'm curious where this is going to go. So when you ask this question, she first, like, it's as if she is, again, kind of completely different space. She opened as if she could open a curtain, and we were looking at Earth, and then she was like zooming me down and really from far above. So she showed me like from airplane mode. She's showing me is like I don't think that even exists today, but she shows me like a planet Earth with the forest and the green grass, and a bit almost like a bit in Lord of the Rings type kind of feeling, where and then she just shows me the picture of you, like you're incarnated here in a little house, cleaning in front of your porch. I'm just going, what? Like, what? So that's what I mean, like, thank you, I myself, with a little bit of the sarcasm and the humor. It's like she's not going to make it easy for me here, but I'm enjoying it. I was just going, okay. And then I asked her, is she on the right path? And she just said, of course. But then again, we're always on the right path, even if there is no such thing as a wrong path. So I want to know more. So I said, I'm curious where this is going to go, because why is she, So let me just zoom down a little more and understand. Okay. I hope you're okay to answer this question, but are you working with energies consciously in your daily life?
Kind of, yeah. I work with people who need help. It's not as free and easy as working with energies as I would like it to be, but yeah, along those lines.
Okay. And so you understand energies, like you understand the spiritual world,
Yeah.
and you know what dark energies are and what good energies are, and kind of black curses and witchcraft and all of that, yeah?
Yeah, not so much the specifics of witchcraft, but yeah, for sure, energies, yeah.
Okay, good. Just to get a confirmation there. Because what she's showing me is that when she showed me, again, this old picture, which I love, of you cleaning your porch, it was with one of these, I don't even know the word in English. Doesn't even matter. The chores that she was showing me, it's like for you they are not important. So you are doing this little, you're doing these human things. You're doing the daily chores, you know, day in, day out, and they're just not important, but it's important that you do them, because as you are doing that, as you're just living basically quite a simple or an easy life, you know, and I'm not getting that you're putting too much attention in that, or too much worry or anxiety or overthinking. She's like, because your actual work is on the energetic plane, and it seems like you're aware of it. As you are working in this job you mentioned, I'm guessing you could add for yourself a little more of that spiritual energetic world. At least for yourself. Maybe not with the people you're working with, but I'm guessing you're working a lot with, I'm getting a lot of these, what we would call dark energies or black magic or whatever is out there. You're the one that just kind of repels it off, you know what I mean?
Yep, I do know what you mean. Yeah. Do you want me to tell you what I do for work? Would that help?
If you feel that it's helpful to go deeper, go for it. Otherwise we can also leave it like that. It's up for you. It's life, but I'm happy to hear more.
So just for your own information, I live on a cathedral estate, so that might be where the kind of medieval Lord of the Rings thing is. My house is very old, and I live just outside a Roman wall. Like, I open my front door and I could touch it. It's a Roman wall. Okay. So that the medieval kind of Lord of the Rings thing is not inaccurate at all. which made me laugh, yeah. And then the energies. So I work in mental health, and everybody who I come across is there because at some point or another they've been touched by a dark energy that has led them to where they are now.
Okay. There we are. All right. What was your question? What do you need to know?
She's messing with us, eh? So it's just whether I need to stay in the lane that I'm in, or whether I need to shift lanes, or is there something else I need to be doing?
Okay. So what I'm getting in general from her is that your mission, so to speak, or purpose on this in this incarnation is to work with these darker energies and to repel them off, because she's like, it's so bloody easy for you. It's like you've done that so many times. You're literally just coming here because you can do it. This is not even your own soul evolution. Like, you're not doing this because you need to learn something, or you need to break any karma or go through any traumas. Like, you're doing this because you can do it. And you decided, again, a bit like she's like this image of you cleaning in front of your house. It means more than that. She's like, now we're getting there. She's like, you literally came here to clean up.
Okay.
Right? So that's part of why you're here, to clean up in this energetic world. And she does show me, though, that at home, for you to connect, to be aware of this and to connect a little deeper with your skills. You know, now she... Yes?
Yeah.
Now she was showing me again, she's showing me everything in really old school pictures. She's showing me, like how we would imagine a witch has this huge pot at home and puts all the herbs in it and creates her brew, that will then repel all the dark energies. So that's my interpretation, that she's saying, do connect a little deeper with your skills, maybe with herbs, with also practical things, not just on the energetic world, but also for yourself. And then I don't know how you're going to do it exactly, but the work that you're doing now is fine because you are doing what you're meant to do. You could do something else. It doesn't really matter. This is the thing with you. You are in the right line of work, but if you would be doing something else and you're still repelling these darker energies, you're still doing your mission. So the details are not as important. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Okay. Did it help at all so far, or do you need clarification on something?
No, I think I always feel like I'm doing the right job, the right line of work. And if there is nothing coming up there about anything else in terms of like personal life, relationships, all that kind of thing, it seems that's fine. That seems good.
Yeah. Give me a second there. So
Okay.
she does add to that, because when we were talking about your personal life and connecting a little more with your skills, she did bring in your family just now. She is adding that you can, if you want, broaden your work, because the work, as we call it, work on human, where you earn your living, etc., that's not work up there. Okay, your work is with energies. So she's like, you can broaden this skills that you have, offer it to your family, work a little more conscious. Maybe there's some family constellation or work like that you want to do, but that's not even in the right frequency. It's really, gosh, this is very ancient. Yeah, it's really this. Communicate that, if you feel that there is people in your family or people or relationships, people are close to you that need that kind of support, you're the one to give it, and you're the one to speak it out and to explain it. And I sense you're not very scared to voice that. It's like that you won't be burnt this time around. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Okay.
It does. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thank you. I'm just thanking your higher self. It was an absolute pleasure, even though you made me laugh a lot.
Thank you.
We let her go and we let you do your work. All right.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Karis. Thank you, Sonia. This was awesome.
That was awesome. I just love how it's so different every time.
Exactly.
Beautiful collage of different people and energy.
Higher self shows up, in their very unique energy. It's so awesome. Absolutely.
Yeah, very unique.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Do you need another short break before we go into the last reading?
No, I'm good. I'm happy to keep it rolling.
All right. Awesome.
One lucky person.
Yes, one last lucky person. Let's see. I think there's 2 people on the call that haven't had a reading. I know Jana was here last week. Becky is driving. I'm not sure if you've reached home already. So it's either Becky or MJ Power. So one of the 2.
I let them decide who would like to have the reading. Who's ready?
All right, Becky. I will unmute you and... Oh, I can't unmute you. You'll have to unmute yourself, funny enough. Okay, perfect. All right.
Hello. Sorry, I am just getting out of the car.
Oh, cool.
It won't be a second.
Okay, I just need a second here as well. What's it doing? Okay. Good. Are you ready, Becky?
I am.
Okay, wonderful. Tell me again, Becky, where are you located?
I am in Manchester in the UK.
In the UK as well. Okay. Do I have your conscious permission, Becky, to connect with your higher self?
You do.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. Becky, I have a first connection with your higher self.
Okay.
It was not that easy. The image wasn't coming through. The energy wasn't coming through easily. She's coming from really, really, really far away. And I'm getting a sense that for her, being in this body you're in is rather new. I don't know if you believe in past lives and things like that, but we do. From my experience with between life spiritual regression, not everybody has been here many times. Some of us have had incarnations in other dimensions. And I'm getting that you have not been here in this specific one many times. And why am I getting this? Because she's showing me that it's as if you're not completely in your physical body, as if you're finding this quite strange still to be in this body and unsure about it. And also her energy is not something I've come across many times. So I'm getting a very specific frequency that is, yes, it's new to me as well. Like, I don't think I've met someone like that before. Does that resonate at all so far?
Oh, yes.
Good. She is here. She's ready to, I also have to say she's very gentle and very sensitive and she's okay to give answers, but she's looking to the side. She's not looking at me directly. She's here, she's listening, she will give us answers, but she's not necessarily wants to be in the spotlight. That's fine.
And I guess that kind of goes along with my question is, I've always sort of felt myself that I don't belong here. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm always quite shy to be in the spotlight. And I'm currently, obviously, my creative side is coming out, but I'm trying to battle the imposter syndrome, trying to get more confidence within myself.
Yeah.
And sort of how I go about doing that.
Okay, very good. Okay, well, first I want to acknowledge that feeling that you have and just see this as a confirmation that this is not really your home, but you did come here because we all come here because we want to, but that your connection to your higher self, to your frequency is something or somewhere different, and that's okay. I know from experience that these feelings can be quite deep and there's lots of sadness, but once you awaken to who you truly are, it's also the connection brings through this sensitivity and usually very special gifts as well, just for you to give you a little bit of comfort maybe in this situation.
Yeah.
The very first thing that is going to be important for you is to get into your body. You're like half floating above it.
Okay.
Energetic. So yeah, you need to get into that body, okay, my dear? No, it's not as bad as it looks. You are on this planet. You need this body is your vessel. This body is what is helping you, is feeding you, is you know, using your hands, all of this. You need it, all right?
Yeah.
So any exercises you can think of, but I will ask her if she can give me something specific for you to really, okay, yes. All right, we'll go there. Okay, for you to go in, to get into this body, you need to be grounded to be able to connect fully with your soul essence and with your frequency, because you can't just connect with your frequency, because then you prefer to get out and leave, you know? So once you're fully grounded, you can do this work and connect more properly. Okay, lots and lots of things are coming. All right. First one, when you are connecting and there is a bit of a resistance, the body feels very heavy to you, and it is. The frequency in this body is very dense. That's not what you're used to. So there's a resistance there because it just feels uncomfortable and heavy. Once you do accept that though, and get into it and feel what it really feels like to be in a body and get all the uncomfortable feelings that come with it, there's lots of emotions to work through. As if, I don't want to say you've avoided emotions in the past, but maybe you didn't fully connect or not feel it fully physically.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense to you. Yeah. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, you will have to feel them because you are in a human body. But again, this is not about trauma work. This is not about you need to do years of therapy. It can go quite quickly. Again, when I say work with emotions, it usually is quite simple. It means first becoming aware that you need to feel them, then becoming aware that when they come to that okay, now am I feeling them or not? And when you're not feeling them, allowing yourself to feel them. And then what usually happens is the body, as the body feels the emotions, it cries. That's the human reaction to emotions. It cries or it shivers or it shakes. Animals do that very naturally. Humans tend to stop that. If you can allow yourself to physically move through the emotions, so allow yourself to cry or to shake, or then usually your head also is empty if you're fully in the emotion, so you won't get stuck in there. Breathe. If your head and thoughts come in, you focus on the nose and the breathing. So you tell your head what to do. Just focus on the breathing, and just allow the body to do the work. Okay?
Okay.
So that's the one thing. She showed me a lot of more things. She's like, okay, the emotions will come in as you go into your body, and there was something else. And okay, now she's pointing out again to you're extremely sensitive. So she's pointing out this sensitivity, and she's telling me that the more you do this process, the more you will feel this sensitivity more, and the more you'll have to acknowledge and accept that this is who you are, and that's your gift. Because at the moment, this is your weakness, but it's not. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Like, I'm not saying your sensitivity is your weakness. It's as if you think or you see it as a weakness, or someone else sees it as a weakness. But
Yeah.
it's not. It's a gift, and you know that. Deep down, you know that. I want to get the gift because I think that would be empowering for you. She shows me immediately the emotional connection with others. So I'm getting maybe a clairsentient kind of path that's there for you. Yeah, in human words, would others call you an empath, or you yourself would call yourself an empath?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that's the personality kind of human description of that. I would say it's a clairsentient. So it's like with your sensitivities, you can feel everything around you, and it's gift. So you can use this as, like I do with the clairvoyance, like to guide people, to help them go through emotions that are very delicate and that need to be dealt with energetically, rather than working on the brain.
Yeah.
That's definitely a gift that you have, and that will be just fully naturally awakened once you are fully in body. Okay.
Thank you.
Did that answer the question? I forgot the question. Did it answer the question?
Basically, about imposter syndrome, I think I just need to have more confidence in myself and just, like you say, get in my body and feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You have 5 more minutes.
Oh yeah. We can take some more time. Tell me about the imposter syndrome. I know what it means, but what does it mean for you? How does it come up?
I constantly think my work isn't good enough, so when I put it out there, I just want to self-sabotage and think, no, I'm just going to get it all back and not put it out there. But I have to say that Stephanie and Natanya have really helped with that process. And I think I've just got to get comfortable with the uncomfortableness of it, of getting my face out there. And
She, as you were speaking, she was pointing again to, like, part of the issue with this is that you're not being in your body, because she's as if she's validating. She's like, as long as you are not fully in your body, the work that you're putting out there, she's almost as like, I don't want to say that, but she says it is not as good as it could be, because the frequency is like, the grounding is missing. So it's like only you're only giving out a little bit of you.
Yes.
But so much more to put in there. But like it's like you're not fully grounded, not fully in the body. So it's like you're scared as well, which is understandable. It's understandable that you're a little scared of the sensitivity and the frequency you're going to put into your work. Does that make sense? For me, it makes sense. Does it make sense to you as you listen? Okay. So in other words, she's saying that the imposter syndrome will naturally go away. So it's not something for you to focus on now and think, oh my God, I need therapy for that, or I need to work on that. No, you don't need to work on that. That will naturally leave and get out of your life once you are fully grounded, fully embodied. And then again, the connection is quite easy, and then fully connected to your proper frequency. But that's the easy part for you, because that connection you already have. Does that make sense?
It does.
Would you like clarification on anything, or would you like to hear anything else?
No, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Okay. Beautiful. Your high self is showing me something. We're just I think we have 1 or 2 minutes, and then we're gonna let her go. Again, she shows me just a little energy work you can do right now. Just if you're sitting somewhere, just put your feet on the ground. Take a deep breath. Just feeling your body. Funny enough, now she's not showing me a grounding exercise. She's showing me a connection exercise. So we're doing that. She shows me to focus on your third eye. And then she shows like a beam of light that goes up to home. And she's asking for you to visualize that, to focus on your third eye, to take a deep breath and just visualize there's like a beam of light, there's like a tunnel that is connected, that comes in through your third eye, and it's connected to your frequency, to where you're coming from, and just allow that connection to happen. And there is information streaming from your third eye up, and information from up or from home to your third eye and into your body. And she's just asking you to visualize this now, deep breathing, and just feel it. And as you can do this at home as anytime you want. It will help with the emotions, because at the beginning, as you make a conscious connection, a lot of emotions will come up. Just allow those to be there. It's totally fine. And on the practical side, like make a little to-do list of embodiment, of grounding exercises that you can do to feel your body, to be in your body. This is usually like physical exercises, like somatic exercises, like walking barefoot. There's so many things. Taking cold, dipping into a cold river or cold lake, anything that's really earthy, really grounding, really physical. You can choose. You can do many things. You can do one, whatever you want. There's so many things you can do. How are you feeling?
Yeah, really good actually. It's it's made me feel quite happy.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, just
Thank you.
yourself. Oh, that's sweet. She has turned a little at the end. Just thank you on letting her go. Okay.
Thank you, Becky. That was really powerful. Thank you so much, Sonia.
Thank you, everyone, for your trust and letting me connect.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody who's here, who popped in a little later. And like Sonia said, for your trust, for your openness, for sharing, was really, really special hour. Very, very grateful for all your energies. And thank you, Sonia, so much for being with us. In the chat, you find Sonia's email address and website, where you also find more information on a one-on-one hour-long channeling session. If that's what you need or that's what you want, then just reach out to her. And myself, Natanya, and Stephanie, thank you so much, are saying thank you from Audacity side. And we wish you a really good rest of the day, evening, wherever you are. And thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks to everyone. It's interesting how you get you get a reading even if it's not you getting the reading.
Yeah.
Like the similarity. It's so thank you. I got some good messages as well.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Thank
Bye,
you, Jana,
thank you.
for coming again. Bye.
Thank you.
I need 2 seconds, Natanya. I'll be back.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Dennis, you popped in a little later. Do you mind switching on your camera and just check in for a minute?
No.
If not,